Here we go again. Critical thinking with Andre. Let's be critical about this. Hello, welcome to another session of Critical Thinking with Andre. And I'm glad that you all came to hear what I had to say, and I appreciate that. And today's topic is about carbon capturing technology and companies because we need that technology for our survival. This week and last week, it was so bad here in Baltimore, Maryland, with respect to air pollution coming from Canada because of the wildfires that was taking place in Canada. We couldn't walk outside without wearing a mask for 3 days, which was unbelievable to me. We need companies like Acre Carbon Capture, Delta Clean Tech, Fuel Cell Energy, and Carbon Fix for these so that we can fight climate change and the pollution in the environment. We also need companies like Carbon Cure, Planetary Technology, and Climate Works, and others. We need these companies to grow because climate change is real. When I saw on the television just this week on the news, on the Weather Channel, they were showing the pollution in New York City, and it was bad. I thought that we had it bad here. When I walked out of my house, I live in Baltimore City, I could smell the fire from Canada. I could smell the fire from Canada all the way down here in Baltimore, Maryland. It was unbelievable. It was really unbelievable. So I can imagine how it was up in New York City. But when I said, when I saw the news and they showed me the smoke in New York City, it looked even worse than it did down here. And I know that these carbons and this pollution is killing people slowly because we know that carbon dioxide kills people as it causes cancer. And we know it has been doing that for years. Scientists have been saying hundreds of years ago, people didn't get cancer like they do today. And the reason why is because of the pollution in the air and the carbons that we inject into our bodies, such as the plastic spoons that we eat from, the plastic plates that we eat from, the plastic glasses that we drink from, and even the carbons that we have on our clothes, that because they use petroleum products to make clothes in this country. Yes, they do. We need carbon capturing technology to combat these things. We need to get off of petroleum. But the oil company have the Republican Party and the Democratic Party under control. It seems like they're paying them a paycheck to keep us in this situation. That's how I feel about it. Sometimes when Donald Trump talk about the deep state, he must be talking about the oil companies owning the political parties. That's what he must be talking about. And every time the politicians, especially the Republicans and the Democrats lately, they've been talking about Donald Trump here, Donald Trump there. We all know Donald Trump is a crook, and the people that support him must be thinking like him as crooks too. Because it's hard to say that, you had thousands of people trying to overthrow the government, went up there and tried to overthrow the government and take over the country. They were a bunch of crooks. We all know that. And there were thousands of them, but you had 300 and some million people living in this country. Millions of people. And then we all looked at them and said, what are these crooks doing? They all need to go to jail. And they should have went to jail, and they should go to jail for a long time. Long time, like 70 and 80 years. Donald Trump, what he did was crooked. But we get distracted by that, like I'm doing right now, talking about it, being distracted from the real issue, which is climate change, which is pollution. My issue today is about carbon capturing. I don't want to get sidetracked. And that's the only reason I brought that up, because I'm just saying that's what the politicians do. They sidetrack you from the real issue. And the issue today is carbon capturing technology. And we here in America, the politicians need to spend billions, tens tens of billions of dollars on climate change. We need to spend tens of billions of dollars on that industry. We need to spend tens of billions of dollars in the carbon capturing industry. We need to spend this in this industry so that this industry can grow. We need these companies to grow. We need Acre Carbon Capture to grow. We need Delta Clean Tech, Cell Fuel Energy. We need Carbon Cure to grow. We need these companies to grow. We need a mix of carbon capturing companies to grow to fight this climate change situation, which causes all this air pollution. And when you cause air pollution, you cause the environment to change, which causes viruses, diseases to sprout up all out of the places. That kills us. Yeah, some people think, oh, this virus came from somewhere. Yeah, well, how do we know that the carbons and the pollution in the air didn't cause the environment to change to create this virus to grow in this today? How do we know that didn't happen? We know that carbons come up. We know that the world is causing the water to rise around the world, which causes floods in Florida, Texas, New Orleans. We also know that as the planet warms, we get tornadoes in Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri, and other Midwest states like Illinois. We know that these tornadoes are growing. We get wildfires in California because of the climate, the pollution in the environment, the overheating of the planet. And there are more things that are going on. When the water rises, and it affects these plate tectonics around the world because the continents shift. And because there are plates, tectonics, plates under the continents, under the seabed. And when you get more water rising on them, this water put pressure on these plates, and as these plates shift, it causes things to happen. And what kind of thing does it cause to happen? Earthquakes. And when earthquakes happen, what else happens? You can get a volcano eruption, or you can get a sinkhole here and there. We need carbon capturing technology to slow down the heating of this planet. You get soil, farm areas turning into deserts. You get the planet changing dramatically. Yes, I can see why Russia went to war. Russia went to war because, not only because people are always talking about Russia went to war because they wanted to let Ukraine know that they are still strong. Russia may be having problems of their own with wildfires, sinkholes, all kinds of environmental problems over there that we don't know about, that they need to say, oh, we need to acquire more land because our land over here is getting destroyed. We don't know about that. We don't know what's going on. But we know right now that here in America, our politicians are not doing their job when it comes to climate change. And we need carbon capturing technology. We need carbon capturing technology. And I mean, we need to spend billions, not like they did in the last bill, 500 million. They need to spend $40 billion on carbon capturing technology industry here in the United States. We need to build that industry up. We need to give it tax breaks. We need carbon capturing tax breaks for solar energy. All this. We need to learn how to build this carbon capturing industry up here in the United States. And we need to do it immediately. This is critically thinking. Critically. Man, it is unbelievable what I saw here that happened last week. And we still are in code orange. We just came out of code red. Now we're in code orange. This is the scientists saying this is going to get worse for years to come if we don't do anything about it. We're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. We need to do as much more. Just because we talk about electric cars, that's not going to do it. Just because we talk about solar energy, that's not going to do it. Just because we talk about windmills, that's not going to do it. Wind energy, that's not going to do it. A lot of these industries is not going to do it. We're going to have to suck Suck some of that pollution out of the air and bury it into the ground. And we got to build an industry around it and make it financially feasible for the industry to grow and create jobs. And the politicians, obviously, they don't know what they're doing. So we need new people. Young folks, you need to get rid of these guys. You need to get, I don't care, you need to get rid of them. Older folks, you need to get rid of them because they're going to kill your grandkids off. They're going to kill our grandkids and nephews and nieces and everybody else off in this planet because they don't know what they're doing. They got to get this carbon, they got to build this carbon capturing industry, not next week, not next month, but now, N-O-W, now, N-O-W. Yes, this is critically thinking. And we must think critically about our survival. If I don't do it, and if others don't do it, who's going to do it? Because many of these politicians, they have you distracted on Donald Trump here, or gunshots, or abortion there, abortion. I don't get me wrong, abortion and guns are real critical problems in our society. But Donald Trump isn't. I mean, he is. He's trying to be a dictator, and he's a fool. He's trying to be a criminal. He's a criminal. I don't know. He ain't trying to be. He is a criminal, and he's a fool. But let us not get distracted on supporting or dealing with this fool. The courts are dealing with him. They're dealing with him. Even though a lot of these judges, we know they don't have it going on. We don't have it going on. We know that too. But let me not get distracted over that. I want to concentrate on climate change because for 3 days here in Baltimore, Maryland, I had to wear a mask to go outside. When I'm telling you, climate change, I know in New York, all them upper states, Maine, Ohio, Illinois, and all them states, Michigan, they probably got so much pollution coming through them states with regards to them wildfires. It probably was unbelievable. Folks, we need to deal with this. We need to stop talking about that other nonsense about some guy who's going to do a great job. No, he can't do no great job. It takes us as human beings and as citizens. See, they don't want the citizens to say like you and I, the average working Joe, the average working guy, the average working lady, the average working person, to talk about this issue critically and deal with it issue critically. I'm upset about it. I really am. And I'm glad that you came to Critical Thinking. If you like my channel, support it. Hit a like. Subscribe. But today's topic is about carbon capturing company and technology being supported by our government with regards to tax breaks and funding that need this industry up and these companies. Build this industry up, the carbon capturing industry. Build it up. Support it. Get behind it. I pay taxes, and I want you to do something. I want you to help these industries out. You want to hear what I want? I want you to help the carbon capturing industry out. And I believe a lot of the rest of us do, who when we got to walk outside and wear a mask. And we still in code orange to this day. To this day. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy. It really is. It really is. Let me get this straight here. And this is June the 11th, 2023. Code orange in Baltimore, Maryland. And this has been going on since last week. June the 11th, 2023. Yes, we're in code orange to this day. About the pollution. About the pollution. About the pollution, man. Are you crazy? Get on top of it, politicians. Please get on top of it, or you won't have a job. We need to stop paying you. We need to stop paying you. We need to get people in there who are really taking care of our business. And don't cut social programs like Social Security, Medicaid, and school programs. None of them. Don't cut social programs. You can cut the military. Cut $30 billion out of the military. Whatever. Cut it out of the military. We are at war. We're at war with the climate. Take that military money and spend it over there because we're at war with the climate. The climate is going to win if we don't do anything about it. Take $30 billion out of the military and spend it over there in the climate. That's right. And if you don't want to do that, raise taxes on the oil companies, raise taxes on the gun companies, and raise taxes on them churches that advocate that they don't support abortion. They want to act political. You raise taxes on them churches. They don't got no tax breaks anymore. That's done with that. If them churches say we don't support women's rights, if they don't support women's rights, then you need to tax them churches. And that includes all those so-called churches. Tax them too. I want to hear that if you political church, if your church is political, talking about you don't support women's rights with regards to abortion, and you do think they shouldn't have none, then you need to be taxed. Tax them too. This is critical. We need to deal with climate change, and we need to get that money. And that money can be raised, like I said, from the churches who support, who don't support abortion. Those we need to get it from them oil company who created this mess. That's right, they created this mess. And the gun companies that's talking about guns everywhere. Guns everywhere. That's right, tax them. Get that $30 billion out of them. And you can cut a little bit out of the military. But get it from them. Do something. I know they probably, I feel that the military, let me get it straight. I feel that the oil companies and the gun companies and these churches must be paying some of these politicians off. That's how I feel. I don't know it to be true. But that's how I feel. That's how I think. Because you're not doing my job. You seem like you're doing their job. All right? I don't pay you enough. Since I'm not paying you enough, I shouldn't pay you at all. That's how I feel. And this is critical thinking with Andre. You politicians need to support the carbon capturing industry because it's critical. And you think I'm not paying you enough, and you getting enough pay money from, I believe, from the oil companies and the gun companies and these churches who want to put women under their thumb, you need to go work for them and get out of the political business. You're not doing your job for us as American citizens. So, again, I appreciate those who come to my channel. And if you like my channel, subscribe and hit the like button. And thank you for coming to Critical Thinking with Andre. Thank you for coming to Critical Thinking. And please subscribe. I hope that you like my channel. So hit the like.